3 more rounds to go before the season is all wrapped up in a bow just in time for Christmas. 4 teams on the verge of Champions League qualification. Who will bring home the bacon to celebrate the festive season? Find out on the J1 League Goal Zone. Playing catch-up now as the season draws to a close, Kashiwa took on Oita at home and the sides played out a 1-1 draw, which all but meant the end of Kashiwa's Hail Mary shot at Champions League football next year. Both sides unable to get ahead in the first period, with chances few and far between, but the home side came out quick off the blocks in the second half, opening up the scoring early on with a fantastic header from Hiroto Goya to put his side in the driver's seat. Some great goalkeeping from Shun Takagi kept the home side from increasing their lead, and after some end-to-end action, Oita finally breached Kashiwa's defence. Tomoki Iwata drilled in a long-range effort that found its way into the back of the net. Just 3 more games for Oita to make a big leap into the top half of the table, and they'll be thankful for all the points they can get. FC Tokyo back at home after their ACL endeavours, having failed to progress past the round of 16. Out of the running for Champions League places next season, the home side managed to restore some pride and give the fans something to cheer about in their penultimate game at the Ajinomoto Stadium. It looked like Sanfrecce were destined to score in the first half, but for a slew of chances gone a-begging by Douglas Vieira. Some solid defensive work from the Tokyo backline, coupled with the post getting in the way, ensured that both sides went into the break in a stalemate. Sanfrecce started the second period just as strongly as they had the first, but despite being in control of the game, the visitors were left trailing after a 65th minute strike from Tokyo's Hotaka Nakamura, a goal which proved to be the decisive one of the match. 2 games left for Hiroshima to try and carve their way up the table, but largely a disappointing season as they would be unable to better their 6th position recorded in the league last year. 6 matches left to complete round 32. Nagoya, on the lookout for more points to secure that last ACL berth, welcomed Yokohama FC. Cerezo also looking to consolidate their position against the visiting Reysol, while Kashima, hanging on to the slimmest of ACL hopes, played Shimizu S-Pulse at home. 2 games remaining for Nagoya to bolster their Champions League chances, every point vital then, with Cerezo breathing down their necks. With Gamba out of action in this round, a win against the visiting Yokohama would see them move into second spot. First chance of the game fell to Yokohama's Maguino. Langerak was there to stop him though, and with a little bit of luck, deflecting off the defender's head for a corner. From an acute angle, Yuki Soma tried to curl this effort in the 28th minute. Yuji Rokutan equal to it. 0-0 at half-time, but 4 minutes into the second half, some cute work from Nagoya's Naoki Maeda and Mateus almost created the first goal. Just after the hour mark, Mateus lets in the unmarked Yuki Soma, who surely must score. Rokutan's legs saving the day. Just 5 minutes later at the other end of the field, the ball fell nicely for Takuya Matsura to half-volley his effort towards goal. Langerak palmed this one away though. And just 5 minutes later, the Australian goalkeeper was on hand to do exactly the same again. Matsura denied once more. With 8 minutes left and no goals scored, the frustration started to tell. Gabriel Xavier getting a red card for kicking out when unable to get his shot off on goal. The last chance of the game came 6 minutes into time added on for stoppages. Maeda's left foot finish, somewhat representative of the finishing efforts throughout the game. Sitting in 4th and knocking on the ACL door, Cerezo had it all to do when they entertained the visiting Kashiwa. With the game in hand, they'd be looking to take advantage of Reysol's packed schedule, as a top 3 finish would only be guaranteed if the Osakans win all of their remaining matches. Mark Richmond with your commentary.
Easily picked up in a chance now to burst for Michael Olunga. Kimoto's kept him onside. Olunga's lifted it over the goalkeeper. Kimoto's got it clear. He hooked it away. Olunga totally poleaxed after that challenge against Jin Hyun, which he won. Came off the referee. It's going to be a bounce ball. Olunga, Jonjic did superbly well against the J-League's top scorer, who's now found some room after that speculative header. Olunga, still Olunga, dragged it wide. And all of a sudden it just came. It just arrived. There we go. Jonjic did superbly well. Yamashita had to head it away somehow and turned it into a fortuitous pass, but Olunga, with the form that he's been in this year, should have at least hit the target with that one. Segawa couldn't come away with Sakamoto. Still Sakamoto. Sakamoto! Had enough poison. Straight at the goalkeeper. Oh, they've uncovered a real gem in the signing of Tatsuhiro Sakamoto. Oh, it's a lovely ball delivered for Isaka. The man who has got chameleon eyes looked across and realized he was the only one in the box. He couldn't lay it off to anybody else, so just go for goal. Kiyotake! Straight at the goalkeeper. Ominami shown the way inside and then taken out and almost taken to school. Olunga chasing after this. Saka got behind it. Couldn't get enough power behind it. Matsuda trying to drill it in behind the defense. Bruno Mendes has set it up quite brilliantly. Yet again too close to the goalkeeper. Okuno it was. In his normal box-to-box method, bursting and finding some space. Just his first shot of the match. It was on target. It was straight at the goalkeeper. Here is Morohashi. Floated it inside, well defended by Koga. Okubo lost sight of the ball. It's a chance now. Oh, big save by Kim Seong-gyu. Katayama, Matsuda's found some space behind the defense. He's crossed it well enough. Yamashita is there. Kiyotake. Oh, he should have taken the shot first time. He tried to take it around Cristiano, and the Brazilian clears it. Really should have taken the spank first time out. And for the first time in 36 meetings, there is a goalless draw between Cerezo Osaka and Kashiwa Reysol. It finishes 0-0 at the Yanmar Stadium.
The champions paid a visit to Sagan for their fixture, a game that should be nothing more than target practice for Kawasaki. The champions had scored 36 goals away from home thus far, more than their opponents had mustered in total all season, and they'd been sitting on 3 winless outings. Here's Patrick Kinghorn.
And now Renzo Lopez with the ball at feet. Renzo Lopez goes down. Only really Lopez half appealing for the penalty. Frontale getting straight back on with business, and here they come with numbers pouring forward. Maitoma's in the middle. There's a run from Kobayashi as well, and a fine save from Park Hil-gyu as the runners served as decoys for a fine effort from Akihiro Ienaga. Good strong stop that, and it'll bring about the first corner of the contest. Took a deflection as well, which made the save even more impressive. That deflection off Eduardo. Fine save from Park. Honda. Arakawa pulls the trigger! Whistles past the post. But on balance, you have to say, Sagan Tosu are now the team that have come closest to scoring. Twice they've had half chances that have been decided by fine margins. That was going to be beating Jung-Sung Rong if it had been on target. To watch the team in action. Used to their side being ahead by now. Rio Hatate! Off the post, an absolute screamer, and the rebound bobbles gratefully into the arms of Park Hil-gyu. A thunderbolt from Rio Hatate, and the post saves Tosu. Park Hil-gyu was beaten all ends up by the initial effort, and he was stranded for the rebound as well, but such was the ferocity, the ball came back off the bar. They were unable to get the simplest of touches to give the champions the lead. Now, done by Higuchi, and coughed up possession again. Yu Kobayashi's lurking dangerously here this time. They might not need it. Maitoma's going on his own, and a fine save by Park Hil-gyu. third time in this game that he's denied Maitoma. He turned our inside out. Time and space for Wakizaka. Great cross, and there's the breakthrough finally. The first goal of the afternoon in J1, and it's scored from a bullet header, courtesy of Shogo Taniguchi. His third goal of the season. They stood off Wakizaka far too much. And Frontale get their breakthrough in their quest to beat the only team they haven't yet beaten so far this season. Oh, so simple. In the end, he got in front of Matsuoka, and Wakizaka's cross powered home by Shogo Taniguchi. And now you think the floodgates may well open. Wonderful cross, wonderful header. Park Il-Gyu made some good saves this afternoon, absolutely no chance. Inside the final half hour. That's picked off easily. The attempted ball through from Eduardo. And Tanaka's got options here. One of them is Akihiro Ianaga. There's a man in the middle waiting, and that man in the middle skies it over the bar with his head. Kaoru Maitoma, it should be game over, but it's not. Once more, they pick the pockets of Sagan Tosu. Oh, Tanaka went to the right-hand side. Look at the space. Kaoru Maitoma is in here. Cross wasn't pitch perfect, but it was decent enough from Akihiro Ianaga. Just couldn't get over the header to keep it down. Trying to close this game out at times in the second half. They really should be in front by 2 or 3, so will they pay the price? Harakawa deflected off Jessio, and Lorenzo Lopez does this week what he did last. And the casual nature of which Frontale have approached the closing stages of this game has come back to haunt them. He's done practically nothing for 85.5 minutes, but Renzo Lopez gets his third goal of the season, his second in a week, and just as he did it against Yokohama 7 days ago, he's potentially given Tosu a point out of nothing. I think some arms were up looking for a potential offside. No VAR, of course, here. The bounce got the better of Jessiel. It also looped over the Frontale goal scorer Taniguchi, and Renzo Lopez, well, he may have been disappointing to this party, may have been helped by Jessiel's inadvertent deflection. The only stat that matters is the one in the top left-hand corner of your screen, and maybe Frontale will go this season without completing their perfect set. Renzo Lopez, which I don't think there can be too many more seconds, as Renzo Lopez, who celebrates his third goal in Sagan Tosu colours this afternoon, and he helps his team grab a point. So it won't be the perfect set of 17 J1 victims for Kawasaki Frontale this season. The title may be assured, but they still can't get the better of Sagan Tosu. It's finished here at the Ekamai Real Estate Stadium. Sagan Tosu 1, the champions Kawasaki Frontale 1.
Time for a quick break, but when we come back, we'll check in at the Kashima Soccer Stadium for more Champions League contender progress. You're watching the J1 League GOALZONE Show. We continue to bring you all the goals on offer from round 32 of Japan's top flight. After pulling out a late draw against Kashiwa in midweek, Oita have now been winless for 4 games. They were up against fellow mid-table side Consadole Sapporo, who've been spluttering along disappointingly on all fronts all season long. Midway through the first half and a bad defensive error, Sapporo's Daiki Suga loses possession. Eventually it falls to Naoki Nomura, who scores the first goal of the game. Equally comical some 15 minutes later at the other end of the field, Oita goalkeeper Shun Takagi slips but recovers just in time. 4 minutes from half-time, Suga receives a difficult ball to control from Akito Fukumori, just manages to gather things in 2 touches, but his finish struck the upright. Seconds before half-time, Jay Bothroyd pulls the ball back for Suga, who crosses for Yoshiaki Komai to head just wide. Hokkaido pressed again early in the second half. Lovely dummy from Anderson Lopez. Komai in with a right-footed shot, but Tagagi pours that one away. Moments later, Lopez involved again, chesting this one down for Jay Bothroyd, who slices it over the bar. Oita, still a goal up, were looking for a second. Good cross from Shinen finds Rei Matsumoto. Takanori Sugeno just stops the ball from going over the line. 17 minutes left, and after a corner is cleared, Lucas Fernandez slices this shot wide of the upright. But 2 minutes later, their fortunes would improve. Kazuki Fukai playing in Lopez, who finishes very neatly indeed. With 6 minutes left, Oita were looking to re-establish their lead. A nice ball from Yuto Misao finds Tomoki Iwata, but he couldn't keep his effort down. With everything to play for, coming up, the miss of the season from Douglas Oliveira. I'll just let you enjoy this. There was still time for Hokkaido to try their luck once more though. Jay Bothroyd's cross finds Hiroki Miyazawa, but straight into the goalkeeper's hands. 1-1 it finished. With Nagoya dropping points at home, a distant shot at a Champions League berth remained for Kashima. With only 2 games left on their calendar, the Antlers needed to first get past a resurgent Shimizu and then hope for all their rivals to keep tripping up. Shazad Haq has your commentary.
This is Alano. Scrambled across the keeper just to make safe. Wasn't entirely sure, Okubo, whether that was going in. Leo Silva, not a natural goal scorer. That might have just been creeping in. On target, cleared off the line, not now though! Far too easy. Ayase Ueda continues his recent rich form of scoring, and that's his 3rd goal in 2 games. But that poor defence of Shimizu S-Pulse caught out once again. Cleared off the line at first, but could not get rid of the danger, could they? It's just far too easy. Juna Dutra onside, in a good position here. He's got a tight angle into the side netting from Dutra. Has only been getting fleeting appearances, the veteran. 22 years of age now. Certainly onside. The angle was narrowing for him, wasn't it? Oh, beautiful ball by Alano. And Ueda again! Oh, what a ball that was! And great work from Ueda. 2 goals inside 12 minutes for Ueda and Kashima Antlers. Lovely pass through. He started that move, didn't he? There was no midfield at that point. Just a lovely, delightful ball. And Valdo, a passenger. Look at that huge gap there. Easy for Alano. Just jogging. Just jogging. And Valdo. It's very easy to let that ball go through, wasn't it? Oh, on the turn here, surely! Oh, that was a great chance, wasn't it, Everaldo? It was a perfect height for Okubo on the turn, but he had far too much space in the penalty area. Alano, chance for him, he's just closed down in time. By Renato. Well, that was a chance. Everaldo knows that should have been a goal. Just a little late run in the box. That has to be goal number 3. That's been a gilt-edged effort. Oh, that wasn't far away. Dutra Possibly their best chance so far. He has been a threat, hasn't he? He got him well. I think he'll be actually disappointed not to put that on target. Good movement, Misao. Oh, that was carelessly given away, but good goalkeeping by Okubo. That accidentally fell to Koizumi. Touch on by Miyamoto there. I think there was any contact with the keeper, but he's okay. Junior Dutra pulls that back. Oh, that's another good chance. Not taken by Goto this time. No real power in that shot. And also, the sting was taken out of it by Kenta Misao. Senior intercepts, but it doesn't make any difference. Referee calls time on this game, which really was pretty straightforward for Kashima Antlers, who were the better side from the get-go. Final score at the Kashima Soccer Stadium, it's Kashima Antlers 2, Shimizu S Pulse 0.
A disappointing loss for Urawa in the previous round, having had to collect the ball out of their net 4 times against Kashima. They had a chance to pocket some points as they hosted a Shonan side who hadn't won in 4, and finished the season with a strong push into the top half of the table. Shonan's first chance of the game came after a break down the right-hand side from Naoki Ishihara. Hiroto Nakagawa, though, couldn't quite connect well enough. Urawa's response came in the shape of Katsuya Iwatake, whose cross found Kenyu Sugimoto. He rose high, but not well enough to get that header on target. 2 minutes later, Ewerton's pass fell to Martinez, perhaps slightly more quickly than he'd expected, and he couldn't keep his shot on target. Early in the second half, Taiga Hata cutting in from the left-hand side, but his shot a little too tame to bother goalkeeper Shusaku Nishikawa. 9 minutes into the second half and Martinez sends this ball into the box, but headed away by the defender. Just 2 minutes later and Shonan's Mitsuki Saito draws a good save from Nishikawa, diving away to his right-hand side. But there might not have been much Nishikawa could have done had Yuki Ohashi glanced his header on target. Still looking for that first goal of the game, Ryosuke Yamanaka's cross finds Shinzo Kuroki. His shot blocked by the defender. And a couple of efforts by Urawa in the dying seconds of the game weren't enough to seal the points. 0-0 this one ended. Round 32's results then, Nagoya held to a disappointing draw at home against Yokohama. Cerezo missed the opportunity to move ahead as they also played out a goalless draw against Kashiwa, both teams doing themselves no favours in the Champions League chase. Sagan Toso did well to come back from a goal down against Kawasaki to steal points off the champions, as did Consadole Sapporo, pulling off a similar story at Owita to end the game all square. Kashima, the only club to record a win in this round, sealing a 2-0 victory against Shimizu, kept their Champions League hopes alive. After securing the title in their locker room faster than any J1 side previously had, Kawasaki have only managed 2 points since then, playing out 2 draws against bottom 5 clubs. Grampus dropped points once again, but Cerezo failed to capitalise on Nagoya's slip and remained in 4th and still a point adrift. Kashima are just 2 points behind and need for Cerezo to falter to have any shot at Champions League qualification. As usual, no movers nor shakers at the other end of the table. Shimizu and Vegalta have just 2 more games to salvage their season with a move away from the last 2 positions that would have been destined for the drop zone, save for the extraordinary move to suspend relegation in the pandemic-threatened season. 6 matches and only 6 goals scored this round, but you can be sure that we'll have more for you next time. I'm Steve Dawson, so join us again, won't you, for the J1 League Goal Zone.